You know these Indian people always calling me. I know why. I can get blocked them. I think it's too high. I high enough. Man. Yeah, no. Alright, so, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, my face is a little big, but you know how that go. I can't get it to I can't really get it smaller. Okay. Let's see. That works? Hopefully that works. Okay, I need to stand it where. Anyhow. Yeah. Let's see. Oh. I don't care what I've done to. I need to pull this a little bit closer. Okay. Yeah. But spare me. Good night, guys. Welcome to TMI. Sorry for starting so late. You know, the electricity was off today, so I didn't really get to write a show. And then all my batteries were dead. So I had to take a little while to charge them. Yeah. It's night. So I'm going to see how are you, John Hall, Sanford. Sanford Rural. Good to see you all. I can talk about a couple of things tonight. Let me quickly get this link out. I'm supposed to go on to TikTok tonight, but I may end up moving from TikTok because what has happened is persons have been reporting my TikTok to see that I was being a fraud and a scam and all that other crap. So it's been a whole disaster. Yeah. So, but it is what it is. I'm for the night. I may still go on to TikTok, but depending on what happens tonight, I may not do that because people are mischievous. When they don't want the truth out, they will do whatever they can. They will lie, manipulate, distort, tell untruths, and they really don't care. Because as long as it don't. Okay, let's say to my family, the heart should be mutual fair at Iron Billy Park. Okay, that's Mr. Hunter's. The son said he attended the Hatchet Bay Mutual Fair at Iron Billy Park on last Saturday. Yeah, so anyhow, it is what it is. I need to do some stuff. Now, y'all know we had a lot of stuff going on. We had a vehicle fire yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. We had some drama where the teacher recorded the student. We can definitely talk about that tonight. We have to talk about it. We lost a couple lives here and in Eleuthera as well as in South Andros. I definitely want to talk to you about what's going on in the Berry Islands because the Berry Islands has been abandoned and left to basically rot. So it's a whole disaster. And then I need to pin this post, and then I need to make sure click add follow. Y'all gotta share the broadcast. So do highlights. Look at how I do it in the comments, and do add followers in the comments. So you could do add highlights and you could do add followers. Let me see if my add followers working, because I know there's only allow a certain amount of add followers. No, my add followers ain't doing. Let me see. I got my followers too. I got highlight too. I must say I do my followers online. Anyhow, make sure I share the broadcast. Let people know TMI is on live. We can go talk all the people in business. No, I'm not serious. I'm cracking it up. Terry Pinder, how you doing, darling? Good to see you, Tommy. Good to see you. Dodie Alex, Missy Chrissy, Gerard McKinney. I appreciate you all being on here. Now, some people say they don't like me because when I get started, I call the name. So don't come on. Listen, I want you to come on, but Don't get on the show right at the start, because right at the start I be saying one or two little things. Now I need to share the link. I got to share the link before we get started so persons can join the broadcast. We got a couple of things we need to talk about, so bear with us. Let me look in the police log. I was actually supposed to do a show with Brittany this week, Brittany Harris, because we wanted to talk about the immigration crisis. But that when at the time and when I was actually hard at work and I just got a new job, and so that I don't have the kind of freedom that I had in the past to do what I would like to be doing in certain cases. TMI 2025 is now live. There you go. Pop, I'm sending the link out so persons can get it. Awesome, Terry. Yeah, awesome. Good to see you. How are things down there in North Louisiana? Terry, y'all really had the dead man stand up in church or stand up somewhere. Terry, you serious? Terry, I saw that today. I was like, what? Terry, what you doing down there? So they had that's what's his name? That's Martin Lee Grant's uncle. And Martin Lee Grant's uncle, who recently passed, I have his name somewhere. He recently passed, and there he is. They have him stand up in the church holding shovel. I don't know what's going on. My sincere condolences to the entire family. But Lord, Martin, what you doing? And Martin stand upside the gentleman, They seem like they had a good funeral, but my Terry, I don't know. Terry. Cheryl Ferguson, Delona, how you doing? Delona say finally. Delona, you know that song Kicking to Me. Remember that song? Finally, it happened to me right in front of my face, and I just can't deny it. Hey Rico, how are you? All is well. Good to see you. Listen, while y'all I tell y'all, share this thing. Forward this thing, do whatever you have to do to make sure people know the TMI is now live. Tell them we are going to be discussing some things. We're going to be talking about the Haitian invasion. We're going to talk about how Lincoln Paint is addressing the immigration crisis. We're definitely going to talk about the LT Thompson drama. We're going to talk about these secret heads of agreements that are being signed everywhere. We're going to talk about, I received 2 phone calls in relation to the Sissy Pastor saga that's taking place, that was brought on to the church. Well, not brought on, but that was exposed by Brittany Harris and Omar Archer. I need to tell you about those. I'm going to tell you about the FNM nomination battle in South Eleuthera. Believe it or not, I got word today that Hubert Ingham was on the ground some 2 weeks ago, not doing damage control, just doing damage. And so, yeah, this is it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm gonna tell you about the police force in a new scandal. The police force has a new scandal, and this time it is Alcott Forbes, and Shanta Knowles is not playing. She has done her due diligence and suspended him with speed. They tell me Alcott is threatening that he's gonna sue Shanta if she don't give him his job back. Shanta ain't got time for games. I ain't blame her. Shanta should have fired his backside, but no, don't do that, Shanta. Everything requires due process. It is what it is. You bragging about how you would have shoot the inspector. What kind of foolishness? Anyhow, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, when you think you have it bad, someone always has it worse. And the Berry Islands absolutely has it worse. The Berry Islands is suffering. The Berry Islands is going through. I have to tell you what is happening in the Berry Islands. These poor people are going through. I need to put their videos up because they sent me some videos, and I'm going to post up everything that they sent me. I'm going to post on my TikTok page so that you can see it. I'm getting constant information, constant updates from the Berry Islands. And then we had a tragedy in South Hampshire with the passing of a young man as a result of a motorcycle accident. We're going to talk about that later on as well. And then we're going to talk about this massive drug find. They had or not so massive drug find. Everybody's still... There's different reporting as to what was actually found. Some are arguing whether it was cocaine or marijuana. Some are saying it's both. Some saying the police only report the marijuana because they carry the cocaine. I don't think our police would do that, We just trying to get off this stuff, but they call them the Coke Boys. We trying to keep that name away and keep our good reputation as our police in Eleuthera. Our police in Eleuthera ain't get no coke. They are honest Christian saved police officers, sanctified, spiritual. Anyhow, it is what it is. I'm going to talk to you all about it. Let me see, and give you give you my take on it. And it is what it is. But I understand. We got a couple of things we need to talk about. I visited Solomon's Fresh Market today. No, Solomon's Eleuthera Market in Governor's Harbor today. I visited them this morning, and I went to purchase two items, and I ended up putting both of those items back on the shelf because of the attitude. So I want to tell you definitely about that. That was an interesting experience this morning at Solomon's Eleuthera Markets. Mind you, the staff in general were very good, but that particular encounter sort of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm going to tell you about it because, yeah, you don't have to deal with that. You just don't have to. Don't let nobody put you through that. Don't let nobody, I don't care how much money they spending, come to your island, set up their business and insult you. Especially if you ain't get I know you struggling with a lot of the other businesses here, but you got to realize these guys have a struggle trying to do what they do, and they still try to give you the best prices. So let's not abandon our people just because Solomon's reach A. And especially if they come in with bad attitude. I ain't doing that. I did speak with two wonderful persons, but the girl at the counter, yeah, I'd promptly get them things and put them back in the fridge where they was, and leave them there and walk with the shop. I ain't doing it. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know I just... It is what it is. I can tell ya. And the worst thing you could do is do it to me. I can talk your business. If you give me some of this thing, if you give me some of this thing, I can talk it. Anyhow, it is what it is. Now I gotta set my TikTok page up. And like I said, the people have been going on my TikTok and saying that I have been sharing, conducting scam and fraud. That's what they did. And that's what they're trying to use to, I guess, shut down my page. These people are very devious and very serious and very evil. And and it's sad and unfortunate that they would do such a thing. And then TikTok is so stupid, I appeal to them, and they ain't got the common sense to see what I'm saying is the right way, or they just ain't want to be bothered because they responded so quickly to my appeal. Listen, like Facebook will actually go through the appeals process and check, and then they give you other ways, not TikTok. But anyhow, it's their platform. Let them do whatever the hell they feel like doing, because the message can get out anyway. It is what it is. Y'all know how I go. Now I said all of this before I go on the TikTok chat, because they'll frig me promptly. All right, let's see where we are now. Let's see. Okay. 1 second. I'm trying to set the TikTok thing right now. Live. Hold the camera backward. Switch it around. TMI Live 2025. It's all alert. Let me see if I can bring my screen bigger. There you go. Yeah, that could work for me. Y'all see the new logo? We got a new logo. I wonder if y'all see the new logo. We got a new logo thanks to Racktronics. Racktronics sent us a new logo, and they decided that they wanted us to, what you call the word there. They decided they wanted us to have a different look this time around. So they took away the fist because they don't want to go with that militant look. They gave us a more illuminating look. So it's a lighthouse and the sun and palm trees. So it's illuminating and it's a little bit tropical. And so we want to thank Racktronics from Palmetto Point. I'm going to give you Racktronics' number. So if you want a logo or a flyer done, give Racktronics a call. Their telephone number is 554-6800, or send them a message on WhatsApp. If you could just send them a message. Just send them a message on WhatsApp and say, listen, you did TMI flyer. I want me a nice flyer. I need me a bouncing flyer, something to make me look nice. Racktronics. So give them a call. And they are legit. They ain't gonna swing you because you could come back to TMI and we'll do them bad. So, and Ratronic know who he is. So we trust Ratronic to give you an excellent job. If the new flyer is off the chains, I love it, I love it, I love it. Miss December 25th, how are you doing, my darling? Good to see you, Duran Delancey. And a couple others over on the TikTok platform, because I just started up the TikTok platform. We're gonna get started. I just needed to do this one or two little things, and let me finish. Put the let me see if I get that followers thing to work. Oh no, I gotta try it on my page. I'm trying to get my page up now. Sometimes I'm not impressed with all the food store. I sticking with Bert's, Jason's, Halls, and Big Rock and Rainbow. I'm going to. As a matter of fact, I know persons are excited about Solomon's, and I too was a little bit excited to just check them out. And I saw a little bit of competition that they're gonna bring to our island, and it means that our stores must how do I say, improve, build themselves up. But I'll say this: you already have an advantage to all the local businesses that were here before. This chair gonna fall apart. To all the other businesses that were here before Solomon's, you already have an advantage, because I tell you, I went there and I had 2 items, and I had 2 items, and I said to the young lady, I said, I only got 2 items. How do I get it? Back of the line, sir. And I mean, she was like, yeah, like, who the hell you think you is with your 2 items? You better carry you. And the line was flipping along, because the line was all the way in the back of the shop. So, and with that attitude, I promptly, I can tell you all that story when I get into the show. Let me see something. I'm trying to make sure. Trying to make sure I am. Jesus Christ, the phone lane. I can tell you all the rest of the story. I ain't let you leave you all out. I can let you all know what's going on today in Solomon's, in Governor's Harbor, Solomon's Eleuthera Markets. All right, now, good night, Mr. William Hunt. We do appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on the TMI platform. We see you were at the fair today, and I'm gonna assume that was good. And you said that was the Hatchet Bay Fair in Nassau. Hatchet Bay doing big things. Hatchet Bay got their big fair going on in Nassau, and so that's awesome. And so we gotta give it to them. Like I said to y'all see me type at highlights or at followers. Please type that and share the video. It's 55 of us. Let's get started. All right. I want to thank God for allowing all of you to be here on this platform tonight. And so, welcome to TMI 2025. It is the 24th day of May 2025, and we're doing this. Let me tell you what the scripture says very quickly, and then we get right into the show. And I don't know long scripture, something quick, but I gotta tell you. So, I grabbed the scripture offline from AI. So it says, I said, what I wanted to know what was the scripture for May 25th, and AI said, a relevant scripture for May 25th is 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, or under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up, or that he may exalt you in due time. It says, cast all your anxiety, or cast all your cares upon him, because he cares for you. So listen, God wants us to humble ourselves. God wants us to understand that no matter what's going on, he's in full control. His will must be done. He got us. Even when we don't have ourselves, God got us. God looking out for us. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so trust God. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. Believe in God. Know that God is in full control. Let God's will be done in your life. All right? It is what it is. All right? And I start late already, so we can do a quick show because it's already 10:26. Now, we got to get the disclaimer out of the way. TMI is a production of ALG Media and Communications. We do conduct promotions and we do accept sponsorship. If you are interested in sponsoring TMI, please feel free to reach out to us at telephone 242-473-8566. Say to us in the WhatsApp message or on the call, I want to sponsor TMI, or I want TMI to promote my business, or I want TMI to promote something I'm doing, and I'm prepared to sponsor TMI. And listen, once you say that, be ready to go. We will promote your business, and listen, we appreciate the sponsor. We need the sponsor. We got phone bills to pay, and satellite, Starlink bill to pay, and cable bill to pay. So listen, sponsor us. We appreciate the sponsorship. Thank you so much. And listen, we keeping this going regardless, because you know what? God is in control. It is what it is. And every little dollar helps. So you ain't got to worry, oh, I ain't got $100 to send to TMI. No. If you send us $2, we appreciate it. $4, we appreciate it. If you send us 10 cents, we appreciate it. You know what? And just your support, we appreciate that too. But listen, send us a couple dollars. Work with us. Say, listen, I want to be invested in TMI. If you're not a part of the TMI WhatsApp group, you need to get our telephone number 242-473-8566 and say, I want to be a part of the TMI WhatsApp group. Lynette Gibson, all the way in Grand Bahama. How are you doing, my dear? Good to see you. I appreciate you. God bless you. Listen, she always is here. Sunshine, glory. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining us. Lynette say y'all go sponsor. Thank you, Lynette. Tell them, come sponsor TMI. Invest in TMI. Be a part of TMI. It is what it is. Y'all want to know the business? How you want to know the business and they ain't sponsoring us? You understand what I'm saying? Send us $1, $2, $3. Don't send us no 1 cent. They're no longer valid in the Bahamas. But we'll take a 5 cent. All right. Anyhow, love you all. Listen. But listen. We appreciate you. Reach out to us at 242-473-8566. Somebody asked me today, say, Marvin, when people send you information to you to say who sent you the information, I said, absolutely not. They said, why not? I said, I don't do it because I need you to send me more information. If I say that it's you who sent me the information, then you ain't going to send me no more information. And so that's how that works. So send me stuff. Once you send me the stuff, we can discuss it. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I thank God for all of you. I bless God for all of you. Yes. And listen, I feel handsome tonight. Goodness. My. Let me stop being vain. All right. Anyhow, let's do this. The disclaimer: the contents shared on the TMI platforms, including broadcasts, WhatsApp groups, and live discussions, consist of allegations, claims, and information that may not have been thoroughly vetted or verified. TMI does not endorse, accept, or validate any stories, accusations, or allegations presented unless officially confirmed by credible sources. All individuals mentioned in any shared content are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewers, readers, and listeners are strongly encouraged to evaluate the information provided critically and await official statements or investigations before forming any conclusions. Furthermore, TMI may include references to copyrighted material under fair use principles for purposes such as news reporting, education, commentary, or criticism. No copyright infringement is intended. If any copyrighted material has been used in error, please get in touch with us and we will promptly address the matter. By engaging with TMI content, you acknowledge that all information shared is alleged, unconfirmed, and unverified unless explicitly stated otherwise. Viewers and participants should exercise discretion and caution when interpreting or sharing the material. Thank you for watching the TMI 2025 live show. All right, guys, let's get started. So, this is a rough day. Last night, I believe, I'm not sure if it was last night or when, but I know that Christina Penniman of Rock Sound, our good friend and supporter of TMI, she lost her mommy, Ernestine Johnson, down there in Rock Sound. And so we want to extend sincere condolences to Christina and her siblings and the entire family on the passing of Ernestine Johnson. You know, it's rough, when you lose mommy, and I know what it is, because it ain't a good feeling, but to God be all the glory. His will must be done, all right? But we appreciate, or we can appreciate or can understand what she's going through, because we've been there. We had to deal with that in December, when mom died on the 30th of December, and my friend, I sent her a message and I said, Mommy, go on. And she was reminding me this morning how she was calling me, and I keep just knocking our calls because I can take it. Even though I was sending people messages to say, "Mommy gone," I didn't want to talk to anybody. It was a difficult experience, and yeah, I just wasn't ready for that. That's been a moment, but to God be all the glory. All right, and then down there in South Andros, in Mars Bay, the family lost LC Smith. Now, it's LC is well into her 90s. If many of you don't know who LC is, one of the best bread bakers in Mars Bay, in South Andros, is LC Smith, to the point where her bread was better than, well, there's Purity Bakery and all them other bakery stuff. They don't have nothing on her when it comes to making bread. She was a legend for making bread. And even though she was all the way in Mars Bay, people would come from all over the island to get her bread from Mars Bay. And so we want to extend sincere condolences to Miss Elsie's family, the Mars Bay family. You know, they're my people. South Island is my people. Definitely my mind runs on Raleigh. Raleigh's like a big brother to me. And of course, Portia Smith was my classmate in high school. Portia was her daughter. And then there were other siblings, but you know, I was more familiar with those two. Portia because we went to school together, Raleigh because he was a contractor. And of course with Raleigh and Betty and the rest of them, all of us were very close. And so, yeah, this is a blow for us. In terms of the losses in South Andros. I don't see Frida Carey on here tonight, but Frida Carey, wherever you are, we love you, we appreciate you. Frida Carey is down there in South Andros, and she's working hard, and we give God thanks for her. So, sometimes as being a mommy's girl or boy, it's hard for years, and that's the absolute truth. Sunshine, I was a mama's boy, and I was a shameless mama's boy. I didn't care that people knew that I was a mama's boy. Did not care. Still don't care that people know that I'm a mama's boy. I was a mama's boy. It is what it is. All right, and then this morning we received the tragic news that DeAndre was killed in a traffic accident last night, a motorcycle accident sometime during the night in South Andros. His mother, Yuta Mae King, and I were classmates at South Andros High School. As a matter of fact, Yuta Mae was somebody that I, had personal affection for. She was a beautiful person, beautiful soul, always happy. She has had some rough days. Because her husband recently passed, and now to wake up to the tragedy that her son would have lost his life, I don't know what that is like. I don't know what to say to her. I don't know, and I know I can't talk to her. I wouldn't even try to reach out to her at a time like this, because that's a blow. And this is like right on the heels of homecoming. It's gonna be in 2 weeks in South Andros, and so at this kind of time, this is when your children gathering around you, and so at this critical time to have lost a son in a motorcycle accident. I understand they found him this morning, and that's when they became aware of his demise. And so it's a lot. It is a lot, but God is in full control. All right, yeah, I can get it together. I know that's a lot. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, Yuta Mae, wherever you is, we love you. We appreciate you. We mourn with you. I don't know what else to say to you, because it's a blow. But anyhow, God is in full control. Yeah, that is what it is. Murders, how you doing, darling? Good to see you. All is well. And I like Murders' name because Murders, we had my brother's grandmother. She's like my grandmother too. Her name is Murder Smith down there in Smithsville, South Andros. And so, yeah, so whenever I see Murder's name, that takes me back to my days of growing up on the island of Andros. Yes. All right. I ain't Lucha now. Lucha different. Yeah, Lucha's different. All right. Somebody asked me today, say, Marvin, say you need to put your hat in the race for the election. I said, but I can't do that. So they said, why? Why can't you do that? I said, I can't do that because I speak truth. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I know I can talk and tell you what you want to hear, but you can get annoyed. At some point, even I can get annoyed at myself if I only telling you what you want to hear and I ain't telling you the truth. I said, the moment I say to you, we need to stop stealing, you can get vexed at me and say, oh, see, I can't vote for him because he called me a thief. No, it ain't about that. But the reality of the matter is, in the Lucifer, we steal too much. We steal too much, and we've to the point where we've stolen ourselves out of anchor projects in our community because people steal too much. And so people don't like that kind of thing. People don't want you to speak that truth. And for me, so I understand that. And I'm not going to placate you or pretend. I need to tell you what it is. We can only fix the problem when we acknowledge what the problem is in the first place. And see, some people ain't acknowledge the problem. Some people want to be entertained. They want you to flatter them. The Bible says in the book of Isaiah, I think it's chapter 30, the people will say to the prophets, don't prophesy the truth to us, prophesy lies to us. Because people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear lies. They want to hear stuff that makes them feel good. It may not fix the problem, but as long as it makes them feel good. Mercy from Andrews? Lord of mercy. Yeah, they want to hear stuff that makes them feel good, and I ain't about that life. I'm not going to tell you what's going to make you feel good. I ain't tell you the truth. This is the problem. You need to fix it. This is it. It is what it is. That used to get me in problems on the force, too, because there were some persons who would come. Oh, I called. Hold on, you did not. What did you say to the police? And I asked them certain questions. And as soon as I asked them certain questions, I know exactly how they communicated with the police. And I said to them, "But you complaining about a situation that's your fault. You created this problem." They get back to me. See, that's why. Yeah, and then I get in problems. Yeah, so you can imagine I in office and I say, hold on now, we be doing this. But we need to fix this problem. Before we take this on, we gotta say we ain't stealing. We ain't doing that. We ain't encouraging stealing. We shutting that down. People learn to earn what they for themselves. People learn to earn properly. Discourage your children from stealing. You understand what I'm saying to you? We have a bad problem with that. We have a serious problem with that over here. Serious problem, and we need to fix that. We need to fix that. And so businesses suffer, communities suffer, entire islands suffer because people don't know how to keep hands to themselves or don't know their own things. And that's unfortunate. All right? I told somebody South Andrews did not prepare me for Illusra. It did not. Anyhow, let's move on. So, where were you today when PPL failed us? The PPL failed us in spectacular fashion today. The electricity was going off this morning. Listen, my wife was in the air casing 6 ways from Sunday because, every time when the current come on, and so she put the washer on. And then when the washer go on, still let the current sit for a little while, the washer will go on, and then the dang get electricity go off. The wife of the paddock, she said, I can't let them broke up my washer because PPL ain't buying nothing back. It was a whole disaster. So the electricity kept going off, kept making life miserable today. Finally, sometime this afternoon, I think after 5 or whatever, or a little before that, they looked like they started to get it together, but it was a whole hot mess. And what I did was I lay on the floor in the front room on the ground trying to catch the cool breeze through the door. Because it was hot, my friend. Listen, and these couple of days, I don't know what's been going on, but somebody been up there turning the oven because it's been hot. It has been really, really hot. And so when I got air conditioning, I know how you can make it this summer because, man, this is a problem. And BPL was just ringing everybody out. And you know what's sad about it? I was in Governors today. And I actually went to see my barber. My barber is Sean down there in Governors. I think it's called him Sean. I got a different name in my phone for him. But I would go, he in and out barber shop in Governors Harbor. He does a great job. Charged me $15. Gives me a nice haircut every 2 weeks or so. The longest I was out, I know I'd been from him for a little while. But normally I just go there and he does a quick job. And today he couldn't cut my hair because There was no electricity. So he had no business. And he's a small business person trying to survive. And you had other small businesses that don't have generators. And they're trying to survive. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so, and you had, and PPL had certain sections on. Because like the area where Solomon's Elutra market is, that was on. So Solomon's Elutra market is making their money. But small man barber shop can't make his money, and other persons can't make their money, and so people are suffering in many different ways from BPL and their failures. You understand what I'm saying to you? And it's sad and it's unfortunate that this is where we are. And can you imagine that we are going through all of this and the hurricane season ain't reached yet? The hurricane season ain't really upon us yet. It's there, but it's not on us. You understand what I'm saying to you? And so imagine that. We ain't reached the hurricane season. We ain't reached chaos yet. We ain't reached bad weather yet. And they're already falling apart. On a calm, hot day, BPL falling apart. It's a whole disaster. So my barber couldn't cut my hair. He couldn't shave my chin, so I didn't get a haircut. I did go in the bathroom and I came home this evening because I had one of the powerless cutters. And I cut off all that gray hair because I look like Moses and Moses' cousin. With all that gray hair under my chin. I mean, the salt and pepper. I think the salt and pepper is nice, but my wife don't like it. My wife just tell me straight to my face, you look bad. She didn't want no hair on her face. She didn't want no hairy man. She want her young thing. She want a young Springer. That guy look young for my wife. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. Y'all pray for me. Anyhow. So, yeah, but that was BPL do bad today. They really do bad. BPL, y'all owe us an apology. They really do. They really do. Anyhow, let's move on. So, I went to Solomon's Fresh Market, like I told you. Solomon's Elutra Market. They have these pretty little logos, Elutra Market. Solomon's Elutra Market. And it's very nice. You know? Listen to me. The store is nice. Everything is nice. It is. The air condition is piping in that place. You hear me? Piping. When you walk in there, you got to walk in there with a jacket on. That's how nice it is. It is really pleasant. It is really good. And so a lot of persons are there. And we're there. And it was a great experience just to go in there and see it and to communicate. Because I saw a lot of people in there this morning. I was in there saying good morning all morning because there was so much people in there. And so you had a bunch of people getting stuff, and they had like this counter with persons being served, but they don't have 2 items or less line, something like that. And so it does not matter, because I went to the fridge and I got me a bottle of lemonade, and I got me a yogurt. I say, let me, because I didn't want to just experience it. I wanted to actually test it out. I had about $9. I said, I'm going to just get me a couple items out of the fridge. And yeah, that's what I went to do. And when I went to the door, Gregory Ferguson is talking about the children's situation at the Princess Margaret Hospital now. Gregory, I mentioned that in a show in the past about the children's the air conditioner not working at the Princess Margaret Hospital in the children's ward. Sorry, but when I got these 2 items. I'm at Solomon's Elutra Market in Governor's Harbor. I get me a bottle of lemonade and I get me a yogurt. Now, mind you, all the staff generally pleasant, because I communicated like with a couple of staff members along the aisles and all that other stuff, and so I was able to talk with them and engage them, and it was interesting, and I had a good experience. And so I had now 2 items. Now, they had this big long line wrapped around the store with persons purchasing items. This is what I saw. And then so I said to the lady, I said, I have 2 items. I can't just get these 2 items and leave. She said, go to the back of the line, sir. And this was how she said it. She was a little gruff. If they got cameras, they could check it out. They'll say I ain't lying. And when she said that, I was like, okay. And I took the 2 items and I went back to the fridge where I found those items and I put those things back in the people's shop and I walk out. I walked out, and mind you, the place is nice. The things are nice. The prices are competitive. And when I say competitive, because you could get the same prices by Jason in Tarpon Bay. Now, I haven't really done any shopping by Birchie's in a while. I did go by Birchie's some time ago. My experience, not some time ago, about, I'd say around May, I went to Birchie's on April 30th. April 30th, I was at Birchie's. Check your camera, Birchie's. April 30th, I was at Birchie's. The experience was really bad. The experience at Birchie's was really bad. So you got to put up your socks, Birchie's. You got to put up your socks. The experience was really bad. And they got one butcher in the back there by Birchie's. You can get served 2 weeks from the time you go in there to purchase your items. That ain't making no sense. That's different from the fact that I called ahead, said what I was looking for, and when we got there, all the chicken was sold out. You understand what I'm saying to you? Rista said I was giving us something to do. Rest those 2 items right on the counter and walk out. Yeah, that's what I should have done. But I didn't do that. I ran back to the fridge. I put both items where I met them. I put the lemonade where the lemonade go. I put yogurt where the yogurt go. And I walk out. Because I said, and I actually said to one of the persons while I was doing it, I said, this is nice. I said, but you should have a 2 item or less line, something like that. I said, because right now to go on the end of this line just to get these 2 items don't even make sense. By the time you get to the front, the drink you had would have been hot. The yogurt would have been hot, because remember the yogurt came out the fridge, the drink came out the fridge. It didn't make no sense. I only wanted to grab the 2 items, and I was just deliberately just getting them. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm going to say this to all of you. You got Jason and Tarpon Bay doing an amazing job. You got the new place with the Fergusons in Tarpon Bay doing an amazing job. Even though somebody is saying the new place in Tarpon Bay does not have public restrooms. Somebody sent me a message today, and I think I read it. I need to find that message. Let me find that message. Give me a minute. Let me find that message. Somebody sent me a message because they sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, and I put it in the group, and somebody said no, they checked with all the stores, and all the stores in Tarpon Bay say they have active restrooms for customers. And then the person sent me, and so I posted it in the group, but the person said today, Marvin, the store I was talking about is the new shop in Tarpon Bay below the hill. On more than one occasion, they told me that they don't have a bathroom, and I know it was a lie. Every business has a restroom. It's just not for the public. And it's sad that that's where I shop and can't even use the restroom when needed. You know, so I understand that person's grievance with that store in Tarpon Bay, and if that is the case, that needs to be fixed. That's a problem. But I'm saying they have good business. They have reasonable prices. As a matter of fact, I bought my Lasco fan from them the other day. It was $63. When I asked the boy in Governor's Harbor, how much is a Lasco fan? He said $89. I say, oh no. You know, I know that because I could get it in Tarpon Bay for $63 and probably somewhere else for even less. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm talking about the 18-inch Lasco fan. But yeah, I'm going to say this. You got Jason, you got Halls in Rock Sound. You got Jason, you got Halls in Rock Sound. You got the market in Rock Sound, even though I'm not excited about promoting the market. You have them. I'm not excited about promoting them because I feel like the market people, they are some awful people. That's my personal view. It is what it is. The staff members, good. But some people around that place, they awful. You know, it is what it is. The other day, I was at the airport in Nassau, and I just come from partying, and this is Mother's Day weekend, and I was laying off in the chair, and I saw Sybil Forbes, and I saw Miss Sands, who's the mother of the market people, and she was at the airport, and so I raised up and I said, Happy Mother's Day, Miss Forbes. And Miss Forbes said, oh, thank you, Marvin, thank you so much. And I said, Happy Mother's Day, Miss Sands. And Miss Sands looked at me like stool was on me. She looked at me like I was nothing, like who, what garbage, who are you talking to? What garbage, are you garbage trying to talk to me? And she looked at me and she did not answer, she did not respond. She looked at me like I was the worst thing since sliced bread, like I'm god awful. And yeah, I said, oh wow. Yeah, that was my experience with massage, because they believe that they're better than people. So I'm not excited about promoting them, but they are your people. They are the market. They are the people that you normally go to. And so I don't want you to go crazy over Solomon's. If you could get the same attitude right there in Roxanne by the market. I know the market staff is beautiful people. They are helpful. I love Alice. I love the other staff members. When I tell you they are amazing, they are awesome. They do an excellent job, and they do make the market look really good in terms of service. And so I got to give it to them. And I'm going to say to persons, no. Solomon's Fresh Market may appear to be it, but they are not all it. Use that when you absolutely don't have it. Don't abandon Halls. Don't abandon Jason. Don't abandon Yvette down here in Green Castle. Don't abandon them for Fresh Solomon's and Governor's Harbor. Don't abandon Jason and Darby Bay. Don't abandon the Careys. Don't abandon Brits. And Brits and the Careys and Jason and the other store, and they have very good prices. Now the market prices for tourists, they're very expensive, but the market has good service. They are staff members. They treat people with respect. They treat people no, I didn't retract my greeting, Rissa. I can do that. The market staff members, they treat, and so for me, if I go there, it is because I get you get good service when it comes to staffing there. They are always respectable, they're always manly, and they're always helpful. They were not like Solomon's today. The lady said to me, "Go to the back of the line." But listen to me. She didn't say it as rough as that. That's me. But it was off. When I tell you it was off, it was off. So yeah, I'm gonna say to you, and I'll say this. I don't know, the market might, somebody asked me why Miss them, if they might be vexed with me. I said, well, they may be because, of course, I had done a broadcast and done a video when their worker had dropped off the truck and died, and the persons had complained that they had not really supported the worker during his medical situation and even after his passing. I don't know. But I did talk about the information that had been provided to me. That was the story. Watch Halls. Week before last Sunday, Cardero Anderson was in a traffic accident. And he works for Halls in Rock Sound. He is one of their long-standing employees. I don't know how long he's been, but he's been working there mostly from before he came out of school. I don't know, but he's working with them for a very long time. When they found out that Cardero was involved in an accident, Halls then broke the law with the speed they gone to trying to get to Wims's bike to make sure he was straight. They got there. They was knocking on the clinic door trying to make sure that they